Good morning.
Okay,
My name is Ryan Alfahri Jumana and I will be your examiner today. May I see your candidate identification? Please, thank you. What is your full name?
okay. My full name is Rizkia Pirlo Camilla. You can call me Rizkia.
Thank you. Now, in this first part of the test, I'd like to ask you some general questions about yourself. Let's talk about your studies. Was your favorite subject at school and why?
Okay, my favorite subject in school is Indonesian history. I find it incredible, fascinating because it tells the story of our nation's journey from ancient kingdoms to the struggle for independence. Understanding the past gives me a clearer perspective on our present identity and future.
What subject did you dislike and why?
Okay, the subject I find most challenging and less enjoyable is physics. While I appreciate the importance of understanding the laws of nature, the complex mathematical equation and abstract concept often feel difficult for me to grasp and visualize it clearly.
Which subject would you like to study in the future?
In the future, I plan to study economic and business. I'm very interested in how market function, the principle of financial management, and how to create and grow successful enterprises. I believe this field offers practical skills that are essential for contributing to society and achieving personal goals.
Alright, now we're moving on to part 2. I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you speak, you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. And you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Here is your task card. Please write on the card. Your topic is describe a person who inspire you. Remember you have 1 minute to prepare starting now. Your minute is up. Please begin speaking now. Remember to talk for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay. The person who truly inspires me is Anies Baswedan. He is well known in Indonesia as an academic, former Minister of Education and Culture, and former Governor of Jakarta. How he inspires me is primarily through his focus on education integrity and visionary leadership. As an educator, his emphasizes character development and quality teaching, showing me the profound power of intellectual curiosity and ethical governance. I admire his ability to articulate complex ideas clearly and maintain a calm, thoughtful demeanor ever under pressure. He embodies a style of leadership that is not just about power, but about service and creating long-term, sustainably positive change for the community. What I will do to this inspiration is try to dedicate myself to lifelong learning and public service in my own fields of business. I am inspired to not only seek professional success but also to use my future economic and business skills to implement ethical practice, others and contribute to initiatives that improve the quality of life for people around me. Ultimately, his example motivates me to be a leader with a strong sense of purpose and commitment to the public good.
Thank you. Can I have the task card back, please? We will now move on to part 3. We have been talking about people who inspire you, and now I'd like to discuss one or two more general questions related to this topic, focusing on ambition and success. Three are no right or wrong answer, just your opinions. First, do you think it's important for young people to be ambitious? Why? Why not?
Yes, I strongly believe it's important for young people to be ambitious. Ambitious is essentially the drive to set goals and work hard to achieve them. It provides direction and motivation. Without ambitions, it's easy to become complacent. However, I think it's crucial that ambition is blended with critical values. It shouldn't be about stepping on others to get ahead, but about striving to reach one's full potential and making a meaningful contribution.
What types of subject do young people need to study nowadays in order to be successful in the future?
I think success in the future will require a blend of subjects. Firstly, STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, math, are essentials because they develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills needed for innovations. Secondly, communication and humanities subjects are vital for fostering emotional intelligence, cross-cultural understanding, and effective collaboration. Finally, young people absolutely need to study digital literacy and basic financial management, as these are not negotiable skills for navigating the modern world.
How will do you think school prepare young people for working life?
I think schools do a reasonable job of providing to the foundational academic knowledge, but they often fall short in preparing students for the realities of working life. The current system tends to prioritize theoretical knowledge over practical skills. School could improve by integrating more compulsory vocational training, financial literacy class, and opportunities for internship or real-world projects that teach teamwork, professional communication, and team management is in a professional context.
To what extent do you think the internet is a valuable educational tool?
Yeah, I believe the internet is an extremely valuable and perhaps the most powerful educational tool available today. It offers access to an almost limitless amount of information, resources, and expert lecture from around the world, making education more democratic and accessible than ever before. However, its value depends entirely on how it's used. Students must be taught critical evaluation skills to distinguish reliable source from misinformation, turning the vast sea of data into genuine knowledge.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Okay, thank you.